Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. My name is Tracy Mokami. A happy new month to you from wherever you're watching us from. This is In Other News. And tonight we have a whole array of topics of the news that has been happening while the news was going on, alright? Remember, you can tweet us, TV47KE on Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Facebook. Facebook, you can catch us at TV47 Kenya. And on Instagram and YouTube as well, we have our handles that will be scrolling on the bottom right of your screen. Remember, you can SMS in as well, alright? Our short code is 22047 and the number to call in live using is on the bottom right of your screen. So remember, you can interact with us, alright? Ashna Mohammed is going to be joining us later on in the show. Madola is around the corner somewhere as well. He will be here with us too. But right now we have Laura Ongeri. Hi.
Hi.
As Inonda says, what's up?
Today.
The weather is a whole mess, yeah?
It's a whole mess.
September is how do they call the rainy season? It's planting season, yeah? Labda someone ninio.
What are we planting?
I don't know.
We'll figure out. Magufuli knows what we should be planting.
And we'll be discussing that later on in the show. But first of all, a story that is even right now developing, alright? Tony Gashoka on Monday became a trending topic on social media after he launched a campaign accusing his longtime friend and Jubilee Vice Chair David Murathe of corruption. Now today, a few hours ago actually, Murathe was arraigned at the EACC and interrogations have gone on for hours, but it seems like Gashoka was onto something. Laura?
Hey, Gashoka is taking no prisoners. Gashoka has decided I'm a shocker. You know. But you know, when it comes to this Murathe story, had he not denied being involved in this before? He said he was not involved in any way with what's the name of the company? Killig. Is it Killig?
Yeah, the company is Killig. So, Laura, before we continue, Mike tells me you need to look straight directly into the camera, yeah?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Sorry.
So
Murathe said he was not involved in this, so I don't know if his ghost signed the papers or whatever happened.
And it's important that we put this into perspective. I know Mike has the clip, all right, where some of the tweets that Gashoka has been putting out, and it seems like this war, that these people have been caught up in a war, despite the fact they have actually been family friends for quite a long time, yeah? This company that belongs to, allegedly belongs to David Murathe, who was in who conspired with Gashoka's brother, yeah, to try and rip off the country of money, allegedly, yeah? Yet there has been a long-standing relationship. What happened? Is this sibling rivalry?
I guess so. I think because I'm trying to figure out why now. Why is this specific story the one that really bothers him? You know, there have been so many issues in the past. I think this is a case where one sibling left out the other one. I'm assuming. I hope it's not that though. I hope this is that one time when someone has finally decided to stand up for us. But let's see how it goes. Let's see if something is going to come out of it. I hope this is also not a case whereby he keeps talking about mentioning other people.
And from this screen, yeah, Gashoka said for the corruption barons and musketeers, COVID Gate was a step too far for me while forced. I can't seem to read this clearly, but it's right on your screen. Yeah, I think napotea macho, all the age is catching up, all right? but the fact that, as you mentioned, sibling rivalry, Murathe has been arrested. No, not arrested really. Questioned by the EACC. Yeah. It was summoned, questioned today for hours on end. At least their own EACC is onto something, despite the fact that we feel like this is sibling rivalry. Yeah.
My question is, Gashoka has been talking about naming the people that are involved in the scandal, but so far he's named a few, yes. but he keeps talking about naming all of them. So who are these other people that he
Well,
hasn't
Morave
named
might
yet?
have given perspective. He mentioned the DP, and then it just leaves you wondering. We thought these people are not even allied to each other. They are not on speaking terms.
But politicians are always allies to each other.
They are mentioning each other, and you're left wondering, all right, okay, what's going on?
I feel like we're still getting played. So until we see the end of this, until we see how this is going to pan out, don't get your hopes high.
All right. Oh, well, I don't know. We will see. We will see, yeah? Eventually, okay?
Yeah.
Now, a controversial headline ran by the BBC has sparked an uproar across the African continent, with many blasting the media house for acting as prophets of doom. Now, the headline in question reads, "Coronavirus in Africa could poverty explain mystery of low death rate?" Leaves us wondering, poor people, we are immortal. Poor people, we do not die. What is going on here? Seriously, is this a headline to run? Yeah.
And you know, this is not the first time. This is not the first time this year, last month, they've done this. I feel like it's become a habit. And it's very offensive for one to take, this particular story was done in South Africa, right? So it's I think it's another case of putting Africa in one tiny little bowl, you know, Africa, the land of poverty, you know, at this point they're sounding like they're jealous we're not dying as much as they expected us to do. You know, they've been digging into this for way too long, and I'm very disappointed that the BBC would go ahead and publish such a headline. Considering they've done this before, and then publish another headline apologizing, when in reality this thing went through several people before it was published.
Yeah, of course.
No one thought there was something wrong with that.
You know, even before we go to the journalism inside it, all right, the fact that they would feel like poor people actually have an upper hand in the war against COVID-19, it leaves us wondering, as poor people,
they've really dug into this. Like, it's time they gave it up. Really. It's time they gave it up. Really.
You know, the biggest question, yeah, is until when will this narrative keep on, you know, being carried on like this, yeah?
Until we stop worshipping the Western media.
Really?
Until we start telling our own stories.
BBC Africa is right here with us.
BBC Africa originated from where?
That's how you want to know.
Yes, I think it's time we start telling our own stories because it looks like the only story they want to tell about Africa is poverty.
But it's important that we put that into perspective because we have colleagues, friends, yeah, even partnerships with some of these international media houses, and us putting out our voices out there is important, all right? So I think this one just solely rests on the head of the people who are in charge to ensure that such statements were not put out. Yeah, they need to pull up their
people
socks.
In charge should ensure that the other people in charge of writing these things understand the African story. And I think it would be better if an African told the African story, and to be specific, if they're going to talk about a situation in a particular country, then focus on the country. Don't say Africa is poor.
You know, when I read the headline, yeah, it was very alarming. So I had to go and try dig around deeper, see what this actually means. And the story is not even as the headline is trying to purport, because what they were actually saying is the fact that people from the underdeveloped, the developing nations, all right, these people go through routine immunization, something that is not so common in the developed countries, yeah? And it is from this routine immunization that people have been able to develop resistance. But look at a headline, how alarming, yeah?
And speaking of immunizations, why are they not getting immunized though? I think maybe it's time we start scrutinizing who's coming into our countries.
Absolutely.
Into our poor countries. You know, the rest of us, maybe we're not dying as much as they thought because we are poor. Maybe we are eating that. Maybe we are used to, you know, illnesses and all. Yeah. How about they don't come to our countries?
Well, I hope we will be. I actually did on Body Garage an episode on immunization. So if you're feeling like, you know, you are developed enough not to want your children immunized, remember you can catch that episode
for diseases. Yeah?
You can catch that episode, all right, on our YouTube platform, all right? And remember, you can be part of this conversation. So TV47K on Facebook, TV47KE on Twitter, SMS us, all right, to 2047. The numbers to call in live are on the bottom right of your screen as well. I don't know if Madola and Ashnam are here. They seem to be late to the party. Mike? All right, okay, they will be joining us later. Now, Laura, there is this story, all right, that has not been making headlines quite a bit, but it's funny because this police officer, all right, death is not funny, all right, but there's this police officer who died 5 years ago, and he's still not resting in peace. 5 years down the line, and his family has not been able to bury him because he's a polygamous man, and the two wives, or the two wives, yeah, it's just the two wives, yeah, and their children are actually fighting for custody over the man's remains. Polygamous men, see your life in death.
The two known wives.
Oh, known, underline,
Usiondoe washikadau from the list, you know. But I don't understand why you would be fighting over the body, though. Personally, I would not. I mean, you are dead.
Well,
sorry,
I think it's not the body that is the bone of contention here. It is the fact that with burying this man comes some right, I don't know, to his wealth as well. Pesa ya hongo, this is karma.
Zile 50 bobs ndio wanang'ang'ania.
The 50 bobs are going to play sana.
I think, is he not supposed to be buried at the first wife's place?
You know,
I think that's the tradition.
I think the problem is confusion because, you know, some of these things overlap. You don't
maybe they don't know who
they don't even know who the first
maybe
wife
the second one was the first one, and then the first one was the second one, and then, you know, things badilika.
But I still do not understand why some of these things need to be resolved in the courts, right? Because this is a completely personal family affair that should be dealt with by the wazee of the Kijiji, who actually understand the cultural practices. Because at this point, while the law might do what they feel is actually fair, the culture, the things that actually might, you know, come to...
You know what would have been easier? If this guy had planned for his burial, you know, especially when you know you have a complicated family. You're going to die at some point.
All right.
So how about, I think we should embrace planning for our death.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah, and it's something that we do not embrace. I have seen in the West, yeah, there are instances people actually script out their death, yeah, and this is something that shocked us a lot when we saw Bob Collymore, former CEO of Safaricom, just come out and say, this is what I want, this is the role you will play. Madola, how many wives do you have? You are late to the party. You are attending to your many wives. Like Kibaki said, I have only one wife.
You know, I've been more than Jackie. I don't have so many. I'm single.
Madola, you're single. Madola is single, you guys.
At least then maybe we are sure you can be married on time, eh? I can't seem to hear you clearly, yeah? I know you can hear me, clearly you can hear me, but I'm not able to hear you as well, eh? But Madola says he's single, okay? So, shoot your shot, ladies, and more ladies. Madola, we were talking about a police officer who has still not been buried 5 years after he passed on because of entanglements. Yeah, you take on polygamy.
I take on polygamy, yes. If Solomon had it was King Solomon who almost 300 wives. So a man is to try.
Really? So why are you not trying at all? Because clearly you're not trying at all. He had 300, you want to emulate him, at this point you have 0.
Sasa tunajua vitu ni kwanza pole pole. Sasa sasa unaanza 0 and then next step 1, 2, 3, 4. After that 300 mark.
You realize you're burning photo because even the one that was to come now, when they hear you already have plans for 2, 3, 4.
Madola, I was ready to be the first, but now I have to wait until you are done. And then when you're looking for the last one, you let me know.
So the last one, she can have some entanglement.
All right, guys. Now, US dairy farmers want unfettered access of their milk products to the Kenyan market in the proposed free trade agreement between Nairobi and Washington, which could have far-reaching implications on Kenya's milk farmers. Now, Kenya has recently introduced a 10% import levy on dairy products to protect the local industry from unfair competition. But in a letter to the US Trade Representative, regarding the trade negotiations, the International Dairy Food Association said Kenya's protectionist measures over its dairy sector limit the US dairy's ability to enter the Kenyan market. It seems it's actually working the way it's supposed to limit these people from kukandamiza, the local farmers. But why are we complaining? Why are they complaining that we want to cushion and protect our farmers?
I think
Madola.
Madola, it's Friday.
Hey, first of all, before we get there, in other news, all right? Before we get there, why does the United States feel like it is the laws that we have put in to protect ourselves should not actually be there, Laura?
Yeah.
I think before we get into what the US wants, my question is, when we are making this trade agreement, what is the impact on the farmer? Because we've had this milk issue for the longest time, and I'm very passionate about this. Mimi kama mkalenjin. Mimi ninaweka maziwa kwa kila kitu. So when they go and buy milk from farmers at, is it 18 shillings a liter? And then they come and sell it at about 100 shillings a liter. What's in this for the farmer? Is the farmer going to get more money from this, or are we going to have the same issues?
Of course, clearly not. Yeah, because if they want milk imports to come into the country, that means we will not even buy it at 18 bob anyway. At that point, you can, feed your milk to whomever you want to. Peana maziwa free yuko. Madola, why do we want to do our farmers dirty like this when the United States proposes measures like this, yeah? And then we are told the US, marafiki. Ni marafiki kweli?
Hey, marafiki manafiki.
No, people the goods which are cheap. So when you look at sometimes the Kenyan market, they buy it at 80 shillings and then they sell it at 50 shillings. So 50 shillings, half a liter, and then half a liter, so it will cost up to 100 shillings. Yes? And then from the other countries, they buy it at, let's say for example, 10 shillings, and then they make more profit. That 10 shillings multiplied by 1 million, that's almost 80 million Kenyan shillings, yes, in a day. So can you just get the difference?
Yeah, I feel like we are losing perspective on this one, especially because at this point we have seen the Ugandans flood our market with chicken and eggs. It seems like maybe Kenya is not the agricultural country that we thought it is. Maybe we should look for other things to do to help. Clearly everyone else is able to produce these products cheaper than we actually are, and that is how the prices for this goods, because if you put a glass of Kenyan milk here, you're selling it at 50 shillings, and then you put a glass of milk from the United States, you're selling it at 30 shillings. I'm only going to buy the milk. Ngombe ni ngombe. Whether in Kenya or in the United States, ngombe ni ngombe, I'm going to choose the 30 shillings worth glass of milk, yeah?
We have ruined agriculture for a country that is very resourceful agricultural wise. We have completely ruined agriculture. We have killed the coffee sector. We killed pyrethrum. We are almost killing tea, which is very disturbing. We have already killed the milk sector, clearly, because farmers are not really benefiting. The people on the ground are not benefiting. So I don't know where we are headed as a country when we have hunger issues we still have to deal with, but our priorities always seem wrong.
Yeah.
I think it always just boils down to corruption at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I think I agree with you on this one, yeah. But I hope we will, now that you guys know that there is a proposal to have these products, yeah, come into the country unchecked. It is the high time we actually come out and speak out. Sindio Madola?
Kabisa, yes.
Sindio, there is power in the media, because
and also the power in the people, like what he said. You're gonna say there's power, there's solidarity for each and everyone in Kenya. When you come together, the dispute must fall.
All right. right, okay. Enoch Innocent here says you're tuned in. Lydia Nafuna as well, you're watching us live. Thank you so much for keeping me company, right? Henry Osembo, you're watching from Ruben. Thank you so much for following this conversation. John Otieno as well. Pauline Mukami, right? Special shout out to you as well. Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. I don't know who you keep as your friends, Madola, because one Ida Odinga has been able to raise at least 176 million shillings from her friends for a foundation that she's running for a cause that she is actually running right now. Madola, in your circle of friends, fundraiser itatoa pesa ngapi?
Yapo wakitoa mingi sana, mimi naona wakitoa karibu 5,000.
Tano yote. Laura, you need to pick your friends wealthily, not wisely.
I'm really glad you said that. As per today, 9 p.m., we're not friends anymore. Me and you, we're done. I'm looking for rich friends.
Who tells you I'm poor?
But I know. Are you rich though? I want a car. After this. Thank you very much.
Madola.
Mitsubishi.
Sorry?
The only thing I can offer her is Mitsubishi.
Madola, lakini sijali tutatembea pamoja.
Until you work together.
First of all, you need to emulate from the Bible, yes? Mm-hmm. So those people from back then, they used donkeys as means of transport, camels, sheep, and also Mitsubishi, those akara. So I can buy you those akara.
Madola, I should be expecting a donkey from you tomorrow.
Wow.
It's a date.
Hizi ng'ombe hizi kama zile za majuu ya.
Kuleta ng'ombe kwa ng'ombe sasa, you know.
Hey, low blow that one. I didn't see it coming. Guys, so Ferdinand Waititu, former governor Kiambu County, actually claims that he's tested positive for COVID-19, and this is their excuse or reason. I think I'd call it an excuse because we have virtual court now. So this is the excuse that he used to avoid getting to court. He did not appear in court for the hearing, for the mention rather of his case, and it leaves you wondering, baba yao hajui kutumia Zoom? Like, what is going on here? I think I was on duty when Maraga introduced the virtual court system, and there's a whole array of options that are available for this man, and then for him to say that he did not go to court because he tested positive for COVID-19 leaves you wondering, what is going on? Madola?
Yes. At first, you know, history about Waititu inachekesha sana. You know, at first he came from Punjab University, and then I think he was just alikuwa anataka that procedures ya court so that he can get an excuse more days in next yeah. You know the cartels are on his neck, so always do what they have explained about him. So maybe the guy alisema wacha ni take the COVID thing and then the hospital I've been quarantined for 2 weeks so that I can escape these 2 weeks, and then after that I'll eliminate something and then.
But I feel like COVID-19 is such an excuse that the political class has been using to try and avoid everything and anything, yeah? Laura, you're quiet on this one. Haujui kutumia Zoom kama baba yao?
Mimi na baba yao hatujui kutumia Zoom. But mimi ninaona sisi kama wananchi.
Ni kama ni baba yako. Ni kama ni baba yako. Si baba yao anymore.
Baba yao.
He has taught you well.
Simjui. So I think as a country, maybe this is a good excuse. Maybe we should tell China tuko na corona, we can't pay. You know, ama tuseme tuko na corona, hatulipi tax. Since it's the in thing, it's the new excuse, tuko na corona.
Yeah?
Yes.
And really, you will be escorted out of these premises. We do not want COVID-19 around us here. But hear this, yeah? This week we have also seen Moses Kuria as well come out to say that he has been unwell for the last 27 days. And Kenyans are still not believing. They are treating him like another Robert Murathe. It just leaves you wondering, at what point will we believe, when people actually die, is when we believe that they have COVID-19, Madola? Have you, I don't know, have you doubted these people at some point?
These people are trying to, I think these people, what they are trying to do is trying to show us that COVID-19 is real. And then to tell wananchi kwamba, I think they're diverting the attention of people. You know, first of all, when you see a scandal in Kenya, a scandal will come and then all the media houses, politics will come up. So at first you get like somebody has corona, a profile politician has corona, another person, Obado Loya ameshikwa, you can see. So I think this thing is a plan.
Really? So you do not believe COVID is real? Is COVID real, Madola?
Uko na COVID?
Mi sina, uko nayo?
Hata mimi sina, I'm breathing, yes, I'm kicking.
Madola, hii story ni kama uchawi. Unajua iko lakini hujui mtu amerogwa.
Amerogwa.
All right, I think it is on this note, yeah, that we need to take a short, quick break, because the team that is actually working on the news, because this is another news, right? The news team is on standby and they have a lot lined up for you, and we need to just know the kind of stories that they are getting ready for us, all right? So after this short break, we will be right back. Remember, call in right now on Blake. Hata kizungu imeenda break bwana, twende basi. Let's go.
Tonight on TV47 Weekend, Jubilee Deputy Chair David Murathe grilled
much for keeping it TV47. My name is Tracy Mokami and this is In Other News. And we're coming to you live from here in Nairobi, right? Call in live, tell us where you're watching us from. Remember, you can text us 22047. On Twitter, we're at TV47KE. On Facebook, TV47 Kenya. My handle is at Tracy Mokami, and the Twitter handles of everyone on this show will be on the bottom of your screen shortly. So remember, interact with us, have this conversation with us, all right? Joseph Kenyo, you're texting us from Mombasa. Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. You say we shall do away with import of products that we actually grow locally. I think we all agree. Madola, sindio?
Kabisa, yes.
Yeah? And Charlie OD, on Twitter, you say, this is greed and fake cultural beliefs. I believe this is a story that we ran on the police officer who has not been able to rest in peace, to get buried, yeah? Laura, this is greed and fake cultural beliefs from the wives.
I think
Do you
so.
think?
I actually believe it's greed. Because why else would you keep someone for 5 years? Would you keep a body for 5 years? Because you're fighting over where to bury this person. You know, what else would be, you know, I don't think this is about love.
I don't know. Madola has agreed he will not have many wives, so this will not happen to him.
Madola, thanks.
You know.
This is the first time I've been watching. Allow at least 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow. Na hata hauna mmoja for now. Madola, I can see your people here. Young Prof Hamo says, where is my brother Madola? You're late for the show, bro. Like, watu wako wamekuona Madola. You are late for the show.
I'm not late for the show. You know, I was in town at 7:30 a.m. At 7:30 p.m. at night. Nikapanda gari at 30 minutes. So that time ukinikola gari.
But you people are watching as well. Thank you so much for keeping us company. Now, Kenyan Fundi has received enormous praise from netizens after his impressive convertible bed innovation went viral. Now, the man whose name is Protas Otieno, a welder from Lunda in Maseno, Kisumu, designed a bed that can be compressed into a seat, which many say was perfect for bed sitters and small houses. Mike, I know you have that video of this man demonstrating right there how this bed can actually be used. Yeah, Madola, in our small bed sitter there, this would be a perfect seat, the perfect fit, sindio?
So it online, so kama wewe mtajiri unaweza weka pesa kwa kitanda alafu unalalia pesa yako juu. You know, it has a
on vitu online. You know the problem with this bed, Laura, I would guess the price that this bed is going for.
I maybe
10,000. It's going for 25,000. So the person living in a bed sitter whose rent is around 7,000 shillings, give or take, is expected to buy kitanda at 25,000.
Highways.
Fellow Kenyans,
but
how is it
let me
supposed
tell you
to
why
work?
this bed can come in handy. So guys, you invite someone over, then you know, like, usikalie hiyo kiti, you know, iko a little shaky. I think you could sit on the bed, then Sarah, we're on the bed.
He beat ni bed sitter. Yes, Madola.
No, nakuja sio kitanda ni. Kama ni moyo unapiga bash, unapenda kupiga bash na compress na kwa kiti sasa wasio wamejaa kwa Kenya. Sasa wasio kama kwa Kenya bed sitter yako itakuwa playground ya kudance tu usiku. Sio venye studio unapenda mabash those things, yes. So msaki kama una compress kitanda, everything's okay, unapiga direct hadi asubuhi. Asubuhi ikifika unarudisha kitanda yako na unalala.
All right.
Which students are these who can afford bed ya 25,000? Inakuja na usingizi.
Goja, I think the problem is Ibanta is being heard by watu wa Twitter who actually have 25,000.
Wait.
Nyinyi kina Madola nyinyi who feel.
Watu wa Twitter ndio wako na pesa. Kumbe huko ndio pesa iko.
Huko ndio pesa imeninio because if you guys think this bed is good for bed sitter guys, pay that is rent ya mtu ya 4 months. 4 months.
How much do you pay?
Who, me, my rent?
Ah.
Achana nayo. Leave that story alone completely. Achana nayo kabisa.
Yeye mmoja amelipa 2 years na amelipia landlord 1,000 ya maji.
Hey, I know what you're saying. I actually know what you're saying. Charlie Odi, you're saying my tutor should have quarantined to prevent COVID-19 instead of complaining and saying that this is the reason he cannot be in court. Yeah, well, maybe I agree with you. Call in live on the topics that we're discussing right now, all right? Tell us your sentiments about this as well. Now, Kenya Airways has announced a 50% ticket price waiver for the country's healthcare workers intending to travel. The national carrier announced that the move is meant to honor the frontline workers in the face of COVID-19 pandemic that has claimed 572 lives so far. Healthcare workers can book tickets up to the 30th of September and get up to 50% discount off business and economy class. Hata mimi ni daktari. Madola, I am a doctor of Wamoyo. I treat heartbreaks, etc. Do you think this move by KQ is actually going to help these people? You know.
When you want to get back to your ex, just call me.
That is free utatulipa advertisement wewe, and the rates are pretty friendly. You should.
Madonna
bring your Waloliondo. Babu Waloliondo hata hana mutu we begin there. Like when you're returning people's exes, why aren't you returning your own? Use your own medicine, bro.
I know. I've returned mine, so it doesn't mean that. I've done going like from 2020. First, I fell in love in 2008.
Okay.
That's when I got my first heartbreak.
All right.
So you can just count the number of, then you multiply each year with 3 ladies. So you can just get the exact number.
Wow. Hii mathematics inakaa ni ngumu. Lakini seriously, Laura, I am wondering, is it half price tickets that these people need? Kwanza wanaenda wapi? I
was about to ask you.
We really don't have enough doctors here, and then you're telling us our doctors are flying out. Why do you want us to panic now?
KQ, I think KQ has better things to deal with other than offering our doctors 50% off so they can go away. Where do they want the doctors to go to? Is there something they don't want to tell us?
Hey, go research.
This would have been nice any other time, but
right now, yeah? On 22047, you didn't leave your name. You say you're watching from Nakuru. Oh, you said your name is Simatwa. Asante sana for keeping us company, all right?
Oh, Alan, hi.
That's your age. Okay, you're bringing the fans onto the show. Thank you so much for watching, all right? Now, Embakasi East MP Paul Ongili, popularly known as Babu Owino, got 2 goats. These 2 goats, it sounds like Father Abraham had many sons. These 2 goats, he got them from a group of Maasai elders who are congratulating him for actually being able to teach students online during the coronavirus season. Now, these goats, he decided to name them after real goats. Like not goats, like greatest of all time goats, okay? One was named Raila Odinga, the other goat was named Uhuru Kenyatta. Babu. Madola, how do you feel about getting a goat named after you? Like, you are the goat, I'm the goat. You know that song, I'm the goat.
I'm the goat, man.
That song. That song.
So how can you name, so which means Uhuru and Raila inaingia kwa ile jina kama lipa na M-Pesa, jina gani tena? There are so many names which can be named twice. Raila, Uhuru. And then lakini why should you name a goat Uhuru and Raila? Why?
First of all, who names goats? I know people name cows, people name pets. Who names goats? Laura,
what do you have against goats?
No. Mbuzi za kwenyu, they have names.
Mbuzi za kwetu zina majina. They are called goats. Greatest of all time. But I don't understand the gifts. Should we really be gifting people who we have clips of them shooting other people in the neck. Was it the neck?
I feel like Babu is one of the most controversial if we begin here. But
He really is.
With the COVID-19 pandemic, he has really tried. He has been doing a good thing for society. That's one we cannot, he might have done bad things. I don't know. I feel like being a Babu, a winner advocate today.
Until his offense is punished, all these other theatrics can be shelved.
Punished. You're not one of those who forgives their children and,
also, we could forgive him and forget him permanently as a member of parliament, just forget him. That could work.
All right. Okay. Now, because we are running completely out of time, one last one before we go. Go ye and feel Tanzania. Tanzania's president, John Pombe Magufuli, has warned, that is the word, citizens in his country over the use of contraceptives. Magufuli, who is actually campaigning for a second term in the election slated for October, said he has been working hard to provide government services and slammed those not keen to have many more children. He said, and I quote, "I have been telling you to give birth freely, stop family planning. Women have breasts for breastfeeding. We have milk, and we have strong men and women to take care of these children. We have schools that will be free in the next 5 years because there will be free primary education." Coming from a man with only 2 children. This one is Madola's friend, telling people they need 10 wives and he has none.
It's very ironical coming from Magufuli, considering this is the same guy who said if you get pregnant while still in school, you can't continue with your studies anymore.
So you go ye and feel Tanzania.
He's saying go ye forth and just do whatever it is you're doing. Just don't go back to school after you're done.
Yes. Madola.
Yes.
Your take on this one. Coming from a country, people who have actually not been following COVID-19 rules. Schools are on, everything is business as usual in this country. Maybe this man knows more than we do. I don't know.
I know this man is very logical. And then, so, Pombe Magufuli, what I'll comment about him, as in, he's a supreme leader.
Supreme Leader, really? Have you watched the Supreme Leader? You know that movie? Really?
So when I say he's the president of Tanzania, first of all, yes? Yeah, so he's ruling all the people of
I can't seem to hear you clearly, Madola, all right? Before yes, you were saying?
Yes, so I was saying, first of all, Magufuli is doing a great job in Tanzania. And then the fact that people are doing their normal work activities in Tanzania. I saw Eric Omondi will be performing in Tanzania on 25th. Other comedians, King Kaka, and then the routine in Tanzania is normal. And then when you find out that in Tanzania and in Kenya, so you can find in Kenya tuko na watu Tanzania wanapiga sherehe hadi asubuhi. Huku Kenya there is something called the curfew, the 6 time and everything. So
they can actually continue and have as many children, from a country whose economic level, most of the people hapo hawajaomoka. So you're telling people who have not omoka to get children to.
I think that's a very.
All right, okay, Madola, we seem to be losing you. One last comment here before we go. Daniski Muniu Kinyanjui, thank you so much for keeping us company. You say you recommend that guy who is making the convertible seats, right, to add a function of a kitchen on that bed. So that the only thing you need to buy is a couch. So when you buy your couch, you get a bed and a kitchen set as well.
How about they add a bathroom on it? Complete house and walls. You just pull it up.
mahali umechelewa kama Madola amechelewa mahali alikuwa angetoanisha tu nyumba yake
anafunga nyumba anaambia jirani niweke hiki.
Kidogo ako tao tu hivyo yeah. Thank you so much for staying with TV47. This has been another news. My name is Tracy Mokami. Thank you so much for watching, all right? And before we go, a big shout out to everyone who made this show a success tonight. Emmanuel Inonda ako ushago. Emmanuel, Rudy Haraka, we missed you on the show tonight, all right? And everyone else, the team of directors, everyone, literally, all right? Thank you so much. Have a blessed night. See you next week. My name is Tracy Mokami for the third time, all right? Bye. Enjoy the news. Coming right up.